So when I left, and I said it quite a lot when I was there, and people sort of threw it back at me a bit. I was like, standards have not been good enough here. You have to have a level of standards to be a top club. Forget about the tactics of the layer on top, but things below have to be right to perform. And I didn't see it there. Now I think in the summer, to be fair, players moved on, probably some rightfully so for them and for the club, and new players came in. So I think that probably would have sort of freshened up the feel, and pre-season for the new manager. Respect to Maresca, because he's known as a good manager, rightly so, deserves respect. But in my opinion, it was going to be a challenge again to keep moving forward quickly, like people will expect, and that's proven the case. So I think you'll be very careful to point fingers at the manager himself, or point fingers at maybe a young player that's trying to find form in a team that hasn't really got experience spine there that they can rely and look up to certain players. The strategy has been to bring in young players. So you've got young kids coming over at 21 from another country, trying to fit into a team. Now, I'm not saying in my day, but in my day, when you bring in those younger players, they sit themselves on the bench, or they train alongside and watch how competitive training is, and watch a Drogba and how he trains, and watch a John Terry and how he leads the club. And they learn, and then they get into the team, or they don't, and they don't come through at Chelsea. So to ask a lot of players to do that at the same time and develop, I think is not an easy thing. So I think be very careful I think the strategy, of course, will be questioned, and I think there probably have been things done that you kind of look now and kind of go, could it have been different? Yes, but it's getting it right now and changing it will be a process.
Of course, this man leading from the front, incredible journey Gyökeres has been on. Obviously, he was at Brighton, he had loans at Swansea, and then Coventry in the Championship. I remember watching him in the Championship and thinking, this player looks a class apart, really, from the teams he was playing, the players he was playing with. He joined Coventry for £1 million from Brighton and really worked hard in that off-season, building up his physique, and started knocking around Championship defenders, scored 20 goals that season, and since he's gone to Sporting, he's just taken off. 45 goals in 43 matches for them in the Portuguese league. But look at this season, 21 games, this is club and country, 21 games, 27 goals, 4 goals for Sweden. It's just incredible numbers for Gyökeres. £85 million release clause.
I think they've got good strikers. I think it's not an easy moment for the club, but they have my support and my trust, because Chelsea is still Chelsea, and those kids, those young players, they came to Chelsea because we created a legacy, and they want to be part of this legacy. They want to live this legacy.